the thing that gets in the way of agility, that gets in the way of us creating the kinds of cultures that we want to work in, are dependencies. Okay, and it's like there's this, again, belief system somehow in Agile that if we organize teams and we empower teams, the dependencies will go away. And what I find is in practice is that the dependencies don't go away on their own. The dependencies have to be architected out of the system, especially systems at scale, especially complicated systems at scale. I'm actually going to go back to that slide a little bit, right? So you think about like what might be considered like a dependency, something that's kind of killing us. Technical debt and defects, shared requirements between teams, access to subject matter expertise, like somebody who is, you can't have everybody on every team kind of a deal. Matrix organizations, non-instantly available resources, too much work in process, large products with diverse technology stacks, low cohesion, tight coupling, right? It's like, and, you know, again, another conversation I was having this morning was around the idea, and I'm not really talking about technical practices per se. I think good technical practices, if we are aligning an organization or we're building a product from scratch, is absolutely true. What a lot of times what we're doing is product extraction and services extraction. And when we move things to the cloud, we're not moving legacy monoliths, right? We're pulling apart these legacy applications and we're moving smaller things up into the cloud, and we're extracting the key services so that they can scale. And again, when we start to think about the technology stack and the organizational design as a unit, you know, there's so many interesting books that are starting to come out around domain-driven design. Been reading some things around the idea of business architecture. There's words out in the industry like product-driven organization. One of my favorite words, I think I picked this up from like a Gartner article, was the idea of a composable organization. And I think those are the ideas. I think everybody's hunting around this same thing. If we want to operate with agility, we have to have units of people and technology that can operate independently. So again, just like, you know, for any of the technical people in the room, just like we would think about a services-oriented architecture, think about like a services-oriented enterprise organized around deployable, scalable business capabilities. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And, you know, and getting into this idea of like, where does Agile go in the next 3 to 5 years? Like, I think this is almost like a call to action for me in a way to say, if we keep doubling down on the blue side, the yellow side, the white side of culture, and we don't figure out how to get these incremental and iterative team-based operating models in place, like we're not going to win, right? We're not going to win in the industry, right? And all the things that we want to try to achieve, you know, with the human condition and people feeling whole and connected at work, like you can't do that at least I haven't seen it, in an environment that is not performing very well.